Well, hello. My name is Joel, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make dovetail keys, or dovetail splines, or whatever you call them. So the dovetail keys really aren't that hard to do, but the thing you gotta have is a router sled. So this is a router sled I just used with some laying around scrap parts, plywood pieces. So you cut a big square, and then you cut it diagonally to give you the two sides for the piece. Once you got that done, you connect them using boards that are cut to the exact width of whatever router that you're going to use. And then you run a dado right on either side of that, so that way you can install a 1/4-inch panel to actually allow the router to slide on. So I could do a diagram for this, but you guys can figure it out. It's not that hard, right? So just look at a picture or two and you can figure it out pretty easy. So I recommend having two of the exact same router. That makes it really easy, because what I use is a 1/2-inch bit to clear the initial channel, and then a big dovetail bit to come behind it to actually clear out the dovetail for the key or the spline, whatever. So anyway, you got to have one of these. So make yourself one of these, and then we'll go to step 2. So after you build your sled, you're going to grab your routers and you're going to start, or router, whatever you got, you're going to go ahead and cut the channel with the 1/2-inch bit first, and then come back with the other router or the other bit and then clear out the actual dovetail shape. So as you can see, I've already done 2 of those because, I mean, hey, who wants to screw up on camera, right? All right, step 2, you get your template in place. You get your router with your 1/2-inch bit, set it shallow. Do this a couple passes because it's clearing out a lot of material. As you can see, these are clamped down with some Craig auto clamps and everything. So let's do the first pass. All right, first pass is done. We've got our little channel created. So now that there's some room in there, we can put this big old honking dovetail bit in there and try to see if we can clear out the rest of it. So let's do that. All right, routers are done, routers are off, motor's done and running. So let's see if we can pull this around here and see that little channel right there. So there we have it. We got a nice dovetail channel right here. And you can see there's minimal, if any, tear out whatsoever. It's a nice clean cut. So whenever you clear it out first with that 1/2-inch bit and then come back with the dovetail bit, it's nice and clean, ready to start making the dovetail keys or splines. All right, so after you get done taking your cherry stock or whatever wood you're using to your router table, you should end up with a nice long stick, kind of like this. So that's your dovetail key spline stock. And so then I trim it down into small pieces like this, because once you have them small, they fit right in your slot and they just slide right in. So as you can see, that is a pretty snug fit. I like to have it a little bit loose because there needs to be a little bit of room for the glue, otherwise it pushes all the glue out. But these keys should fit in just about perfect in the slots that we've created. Remember that there may be a little bit of snipe on your router table, so the end pieces are not going to be quite as thick as the center cut on the board that you use to create the keys. So the center of the board is where your really good stuff is at, because it fits super tight in that joint. So anyway, now we just got to add glue, and once we add the glue, we'll trim them off, sand it flush, and you're in good shape. So that's about all there is to it when it comes to making dovetail keys and dovetail splines. So the trick is really just sneaking up on that fit on the router table to make sure it's nice and snug, and that fit is right where you want it and not pushing too much and not too loose either. But I know what you're saying to yourself. You're saying, if I had those tools, I could do that too. And the good news is, yes, you can. So you go buy the tools and you try it yourself, and you let me know how it works out.